So we're looking at some big shift, big gift energies. Again, Five of Wands is popping out just as I'm coming to shuffle this gold foil tarot. Speaking to some conflict of the past you've been resolving, maybe in your dream work, in your dream worlds, been resolving some old energy, some old momentum. Got the Three of Cups popping out too. So I like to pay attention to these things because sometimes you notice as you're shuffling that it's like in anything, it's all signs and synchronicities. So the Three of Cups is really speaking to that jubilance. Wheel of Fortune. So, okay, feeling into the vibe for today's reading. As those past disappointments are let go of, are released, new energy is coming in, a sense of emotional fulfillment, right? The cups represent water, they represent emotion. And this is connected to your Wheel of Fortune. You know, Wheel of Fortune reversed is, it speaks to that if you had stayed on that old trajectory, this fresh energy wouldn't be happening for you. And I spoke about this in the last reading, actually, is that there was a need to walk away from things that were no longer serving, right? In order to make the room for this new chapter, so you're thriving. Calling in the light team, calling in the spirit guides. Great Spirit, all that is. Blessings to the Most High. It's a good day to be alive. Thank you, Mother Earth. Mama Gaia. As above, so below, as within, so without. The earth, the air, the water, and the fire, and the space. Okay. So what do you need to know today? What do we need to know today? The Empress. Okay. This is a nurturing energy in your life. The elements of Venus, there's new love. Potentially new love that's coming in. Could be platonic, could be romantic. Could be a soulmate. This is a powerful divine feminine energy that's coming through. It could be in you, it could be in this person, but there's this powerful divine feminine love energy coming into your life or through you, and vice versa. And the Empress is bringing you blessings. The Empress is setting the stage for this new chapter. You, in a way, you need the Empress to make this shift. You need this divine feminine energy activated in your life and in your heart, connected to this divine feminine energy. Okay, Three of Swords, because this is healing disappointments of the past. This is healing heartbreak when things didn't work out, old distortions in relationships. This is clearing, it's bringing it up. So when we're doing that shadow work, right, it's bringing up the darkness into the light and the light into the dark. So we're feeling those uncomfortable emotions, but we're not avoiding them. This book, my girlfriend and I went to a kava bar last night, and this book called Sex and God appeared. It was there, and I was doing some reading in it, and it was speaking to enlightenment not as trying to get past the body, but being through the body, and speaking to rather than the tendency for us to avoid pain. the alchemy of embracing it, of embracing our experience. The full range of our experience is actually how we transmute that, right? And all of us shadow workers know this, right? King of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So again, this was a father figure in your life that either wasn't able to fully provide for you or did for a time, and you needed to walk away to find your own kingdom. And this could be a mentor, this could be an actual father, this could be a boss, this could be anything that represents masculine authority. And also he was in reverse just in your own relationship as well. This could also be this, it could be either or. Is that it could also be that you are in a shadow with your own inner King of Pentacles. Meaning like being in steady abundance, feeling ungrounded, feeling like you weren't in your power of like knowing your place in the world. Because the King of Pentacles, right, sits in the throne. The Pentacles is the earth element. And it also is, it's represented by the coin, right? So it speaks to how abundance is tied to being grounded in the earth, and it's it's the material plane, right? Like it's like working with your hands, getting your hands in the clay. So when you're in your power, you're rooted into the earth. You're in your throne. So it's like this chair, even though it doesn't look like a throne, it can metaphysically, I can be in a throne. Actually, I can be in a throne without sitting in a chair. Like the chair, the throne is just a representation of something, right? So in the old, stories, you see these kings sitting in these beautiful thrones, right? And they're in the center of what? The castle, right? And what does the castle represent? It represents order, right? And it represents, so they're an authority in the center of the castle, which represents order in the kingdom, right? And they're sitting in their throne. So the throne, it represents their seat of power, and they're rooted in that throne. And also what's interesting is that some of the kings were shown to, like he's holding a scepter and an orb, right? So this is interesting. If you look into the esoteric meaning of kings back in the medieval times, they hold, see, you can hear he's holding a scepter and he's holding the pentacles, but this can easily be replaced with an orb. And some popes use these tools too. And the scepter is the wand, right? And it's typically shown being held in the right hand because the right hand represents the masculine, right? And so that's the power to direct your intention, your inner authority into the external world. That's actually metaphysically what a physical wand represents. So when you see magicians using wands, or kings holding scepters, or pharaohs holding these staffs, metaphysically and actually energetically, what they do is they point their thought, right? Your thought creates your reality. So they're using a tool to direct their thought and intention and their word, right? Which is your spell. That's what wands were used for. Now, metaphysically and in Tarot, metaphorically, it represents the active creative principle, the masculine creative principle. So he's sitting in the throne of his throne with that in hand, and then he's got the orb in the left hand, which the left side represents the feminine, and the orb is the receptacle of power. Sometimes they're seen holding a crystal ball, or some kind of, those popes holding those balls that have like the cross on the top. And this is where they're receiving the power into. And it's an orb that holds power, right? And this power can also be drawn from and then directed. So it's like receiving into the orb and directing with the wand. So when the king is in their throne of power, they're in a balance between their inner yin and yang. Even though this is the king principle, he's in the divine masculine expression. Divine masculine is balanced, masculine and feminine. They're just predominantly in the polarity of their masculine. So where are we going with this? All right, we got 2 of Wands reversed, and Now here's what's really interesting is that, look, he's holding one of the wands, and what's in his other hand? It's an orb. And he's looking into the orb. So, and it's reversed. So the reason that you in the past weren't in your power because you weren't fully listening to your intuition, right? The orb is the feminine, it's your intuition. And so this is how you gave your power away. Now coming back again to this quote was, the best way to stay empowered is to not give your power away in the first place, right? So the whole lesson here for us, right, is to listen to our own intuition. And this was a journey of coming back to the feminine intuition. And that's going to give us that Eight of Wands, that forward momentum. This is quick action. This is like things are all coming together for you because you're listening to your intuition, because you've been finding your throne of the power. And what I'm getting from these is like, this is past energy that you've cleared. This is past energy that's been coming up for you for clearing. And you're passing these tests. You're facing the obstacles. You're overcoming them, like Ganesha. Okay. Five of Cups, reversed, yeah. So you're leaving behind old disappointments. You've walked through the valley of the shadow and doubt, and you've taken stock and confronted these uncomfortable emotions, and that's how you're the alchemist, is that you've been able to look at these places where you felt betrayed, where you felt like you wasted your time, you felt like you wasted your energy on this old relationship or on this old project, and it was really emotionally disappointing for you. And now you're looking for a catharsis because yeah, again, this is what popped up at the beginning. The Five of Wands reversed is you're over the conflict, right? And this is symbolized by, I don't know if you could see it well enough actually, all these guys fighting over the wands, right? Fighting over the power. You're over the disappointment. You're over the Five of Cups. You're over the Five of Wands. You're over the ego trips. And this is what's led you, to be more hermity, to be more just doing your own thing. Like that was in a way like how you found your King of Pentacles again. That was how you got over this disappointment of the heart. And you've already got the Empress. Like you've already got this, or it's coming in for you. That divine feminine, that love, right? And this is what's healing your masculine, right? This is what's healing the king, because this is what's making the king. And the Empress is making the king, is what I'm receiving. The Empress is making the emperor now. She is actually the one that's restoring him to his heart, that's restoring him to his power, that's restoring him to his love, to his passion. She's supporting him to find himself again. And that's very humbling for him, and it can be difficult for him to receive. Because Eight of Swords, because he feels blindfolded. He feels out of control. And that makes it challenging at times to make decisions, because he needs to trust. The masculine needs to trust the feminine, right? He needs to look into that orb and choose that intuition over his own willfulness, and align his will in service to that. And this is a big trust thing for him because of disappointments of the past. But the Queen of Wands is coming in, and she's empowering this. She's the Queen of Wands, that it represents the passionate lioness. The Queen of Wands is the fire of the Empress. The Queen of Wands, with her black cat, sees through the night, but she holds the sunflower. She holds the light. And so she's bringing in this fresh energy, this passionate energy. This is balancing this passionate divine feminine energy sensual, right? It's very sensual, it's very sexual, it's very electric. That kind of like life force is needed to kickstart the circuits again, to bring a breath of fresh air into the field, to empower and entice and excite the masculine to create again, to be alive again. She's bringing the masculine new life, right? And temperance. Okay, so this is in temperance reverse. This is where the masculine is needing to have some more temperance, because there's a lot that needs to be balanced here, and there's a lot of his power that needs to be put in service right now to the feminine. There's a lot of his power that needs to be put in service to the greater goal. And so let that passion drive you to a greater vision, because we got Page of Cups reversed, right? And this is like, this is old fantasies. This is like just being mindful of learning the emotional lessons of the past, of not being too lusty towards fleeting satisfaction, right? Putting your ducks in order towards a greater vision and goal, right? And this is going to take some finagling. We've got 7 of Wands here. This is putting your ducks in a row. This is making sure you're taking the right actions, and you're going to have to like steer and do some, and you're doing, and you are, and that's that Jedi, that Jedi of like balancing the masculine and feminine and clearing these shadows. Right, okay, yeah, because we've got 2 of Cups reversed here. And this is speaking to shadows that come up around intimacy, shadows that come up around partnership, right? And again, this is from a wound of the past around trust. But you're being invited to trust right now. Like you're being invited to realize that this new connection is worthy of trust. This new chapter, this new energy that's coming in for you with the masculine and feminine, this is worthy of trust. Right, King of Swords, and this is going to put you into your power. This is going to put you into a place of consciously directed thought and intention. And I may wrap this up because this dog is barking. I'm not sure how it's affecting the video, so I'm really keeping it together and not reacting. That's King of Swords, right? That's literally being so conscious that you can control whether or not you react or not. And these people that say you can't do that haven't trained their mind. So, right, this is what single-pointed meditation practice does for you, an awareness of yourself, observing yourself as the witness, right? This is being the master of your mind rather than your mind being the master of you. This is King of Swords energy. This is what this transmutation process that the Empress is bringing you through with the Wand energy, transmuting those disappointments of the past in the heart, and any past conflict, you're already out of that, because now you've got clear intention. You've got a clear vision coming through for you, for your life, where you're going, for your legacy, where your energy is being devoted to, right? And this is bringing in that 3 of Cups. This is bringing in that jubilation, right? And this is also healing all that. It's healing those disappointments of the past. And because I did it first pulled it reversed, I was thinking, but it's not, I'm not reading it like that. What I think that was speaking to is to be mindful to celebrate. To be mindful to celebrate the wins right now. To breathe. Like, you can get so focused on where you're going that you can forget where you are, right? This is what that divine feminine energy, looking into that orb, that's what she's telling us. That's what the goddess is telling us. Slow down, enjoy your life, connect with the earth, love your family and the people and your lover, and if you're alone, yourself, like fully sensually incarnate, like be present and enjoy this present moment experience fully, like savor and appreciate your life. And she says, you deserve it, and you got the Fool card. And this is gonna bring you this is a new beginning. This is a leap into the unknown. This is that restoration of that innocence, but now you're coming full circle with that wisdom, with that King of Swords. Now you've got that clear directed energy and the restoration of your will to be in divine order, because there's also a place for chaos, right? We typically think chaos is a negative thing, but chaos is the yin. Chaos is possibility, right? There's negative and positive, yin and yang, right? Too much chaos, everything's all over the place. Right amount of chaos is infinite possibility. Too much yang and you're controlled. Right amount of yang and things are in harmony and order. There's structure. The structure supports the flow, and they exist in tandem. Like the chaos field creates the possibilities for the order, right? In a way, the yin bursts the yang. Got Knight of Swords reversed. Man, a lot of reverse cards. I'm like really trying to get through this. Like I'm enjoying this reading, but I'm just like, okay, like whoever this is for, like, take a breath for some shadow work today. Blessed. Because we're gonna get through this. All right, so Knight of Swords reversed, right? Okay, this is a little bit of arrogance. This is a little bit of like lustiness. This is a little bit of impatience, right? You're gonna have to temper that, because things take time, or they take no time at all. If that's I'm not trying to speak in riddles here, but you're gonna have to consider that one if you want to decode that. Quantum manifestation as compared to also, you gotta put food on the table, right? Queen of Pentacles, right? Because this is that, this is what's putting that nurturing, that's what putting the food on the table is. It's that nurturing, that nourishing. This is like home for you. This is, okay, so all of this is leading you to a new home. And this doesn't have to physically be a new home. This can be a new sense of home. This could be a remodeling. This could be just resetting your altars, or just a change in energy in your space. Or it doesn't even have to change anything in your physical space. It could just be like you feel like you're at home in yourself. You feel like you're at home in your life. You feel you're at home with your beloved. The beloved keeps coming up. The Hierophant reversed, leaving behind energies. Okay. Yeah, just energies that were potentially like trying to get in the way or trying to control you with this new love, because, okay, you got Seven of Cups coming in. Reversed. Pretty much everything in this reading is reversed. I used to not read reverse because of this. I'm just like, okay, let's look at the shadow. All right, so Seven of Cups. Yeah, so this is abundance of emotion. So really what I feel a lot of this reading is speaking to is that you've got a lot of choices right now. And this isn't really a negative thing. This is actually, in a way, a positive thing, because you have so many options, but you're looking at what's going to bring you lasting happiness. There's a serpent in the cup, or there's grapes in the cup, there's a dragon in the cup, there's a kingdom in the cup. Which cup is going to like bring you fulfillment? There's there's a woman in the cup. There's like all these different options of like, well, yeah, but like what actually feels right. Water's all about feeling. Like when you make a choice, it's when you're in your water body, you're like, it's all about how you feel. And feeling really does matter, because when you're manifesting, why are you manifesting, right? It's because you want to feel something, right? Okay, Ace of Swords. Because this is what you've got, a lot of options right now, you got a lot of choices. And again, coming back to that clear intention, the Ace of Swords, this is a new inspiration, new idea coming in for you. This could be a new project. This could be something that you've worked on for a while, and now suddenly there's this huge wave of new energy coming in. Again, this has been supported by the Empress, this whole reading, this Fool card energy, this jubilance, this fresh energies coming in. This because you're in your throne. You've got all these choices. It can feel really overwhelming, but you have to let your intention guide you through this, right? And funny enough, I was looking at what Aleister Crowley meant by when he said love under will. And I'm not a follower of anyone, but I find some of the things that he writes to be interesting, and I don't necessarily agree with his entire trip, but I thought that there was something there to look into. And so I ended up looking at the rephrasing because it was put in like old English, and what it means is to love with purpose is one way to look at it, is to, when you love under will, you're not it's not blind love, right? And he was saying that this was core to magic, right? Is that when you love under will, you're loving with an intention. You're loving with purpose. Like there's a reasoning behind your love. It's going to it's not infatuation. It's not blind love. It's not like it's love that it's not just to love with purpose in the way that like there's this purpose of where we're going with this, right? It's that love itself ignites a sense of purpose, right? It inspires you. And I don't know what they may or may not have meant. Maybe there's other dimensions to that, but these are just my thought streams around it. Is that I thought it was really interesting in Napoleon Hill's books that he spoke to a lot of the successful men that he interviewed. One thing they had in common is that they all had a beloved, right? Or most of them had a wife, right? Because most of the people he interviewed were men at the time, right? And so, and it could be like if you're vice versa. If you're a woman, it could be the other way around. But he was saying they all had a beloved, and the love that they had was one of the key things that drove them to their success, is that they all had, he said, a good woman behind them. And I think that really speaks to the masculine. That really speaks to the healing of the masculine here in this reading. And this is what's putting your love into service. You're in service to love, right? This is what's putting your purpose in right place, because this love is giving you purpose. This love is putting your purpose where it belongs. This love is igniting your purpose. And your purpose is supporting this love. Your purpose is for this love. Your legacy is for this love. This love gives you this purpose, and your purpose supports this love. And this is what's going to allow you to thrive. This is what's going to allow you to step into this new timeline. Because we've got the sun. We've got this success, this riding into victory. Eight of Cups, okay. And this is where, when you walk away from something, you're walking towards something. The sun and the moon. So alchemically, this balancing of this masculine and this feminine, this journey through the old illusions, the leaving the conflict behind, the stepping into the great mystery, embracing your purpose. You had to walk your own way for a while, and now you're coming to this divine union. And it could be this divine union inside of yourself, and it could be a divine union partnership manifestation. And this divine masculine feminine energy is supporting you with this clear intention. It is supporting you to step into the great unknown and to step into the sun, to step into shining your light. And just being mindful that this Jedi work that you've been doing in your dreams, because when you gaze into that crystal ball, you're gonna see these shadows, but you've got the power to transmute. And again, this is the world. This is your world. You create your own reality, and it's deeper than just that. In this waking dream is this reality itself, a dream in God's mind, in the divine mind. And so what is your place in the world when you are a creator? The tower. And this is why everything fell apart. And not only that, was the tower reversed. So things fell apart for a really beautiful reason, right? The crown popping off the top. Yeah, an old crown, an old rule needed to fall off of you for this new chapter, and because you're coming to 7 of Earth, steady abundance. These are the seeds that you've planted. This is the garden that you've been tending. This is where it all comes together. It's all coming together for you. You know, this is where you reap the harvest of the seeds you've sown. All right, so let's wrap this all together in a beautiful bow. With a chakra. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, ascended masters, light teams, for the beautiful beings of the stars and the earth that are present here, inner child. This is restoring this inner child, and the inner child can also be the child of your creation. And that this new creation is in awakening your inner child. Your inner child playfulness is coming out. You're healing your inner child. You're reparenting your inner child. This internal union of this divine masculine and feminine is the mother and father of your inner child. And the inner child is the holy child, is the Christos, Sophia. And now let's round this all together, interweave this with a Dreams of Gaia card. While I'm preparing this, just this Queen of Water. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Water is that divine feminine wisdom of the ocean, of the depths of the feminine. It's that queenly energy of where you're empowered through your emotions, you're empowered through your intuition. You know how you've learned, and you know how to navigate through the waters of consciousness. And whereas the waves may take you, you can surrender, and you can also swim. All right, bringing it all together. Okay. This is all about your self-realization. This is all about this new divine idea, this connection to infinite intelligence that is blossoming this lotus from the mud. It's bringing through that clear sword, that clear wind, that power to create. She's got the flames at her fingertips. You've got the flames at your fingertips. You've got the sword at your side. You've got an eagle in your eye. You've got the universe in your mind. So, thank you for tuning in. I am Asha's son. I am that I am. If you like to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification and you'll get readings on the regular. Please support our community by leaving a comment of what resonated. And again, with these, anything I offer, take what resonates, leave the rest. Oh, and Four of Wands. Success and victory to you, my friend. Peace. And until our paths interweave in the great mystery.